I'm back. It's Michelle here for Physiology Friday. Thank you so much for tuning in. I had such a great response last week after talking about the frontalis and corrugator muscles. So I'm back for more. And I hope that you enjoy this one today, which is about the Orbicularis oculi, which is the muscle that comes around the orbital rim of the eye socket and what we use to help prevent crow's feet. So first of all, I'd just like to answer some questions which I had last week following the video that I did last week. And the first one is for you, Zoe. Hi, Zoe. And it is that, why does my Botox seem to wear off quickly? And Zoe goes to the gym a lot. She's a bodybuilder. And basically you have to think of Botox is botulinum toxin and it's a protein. So basically the immune system wants to clean up proteins that are in your body. So I often like to think of Botox like Kimonagi, as in, how clean is your house? And basically if you put a dirty protein into the body, the immune system wants to clean it up, and the quicker your metabolism and the better your immune system, the quicker basically the speed is that your Botox is going to wear off. Now, I did mention last week that every few treatments that I do from Botox, I use the Allergan brand, which works on the SNAP25 protein, and then every few months I'll change to the Agilor brand that works on the SNAP4 protein. So in the layman terms of thinking, think of now you've got a different protein added into the mix, and Kim and Aggie are in the house and they're ready to clean, but something a little bit different, and maybe they've forgotten their gloves. They've got to run out to the car, get the gloves, put the gloves on, and it just means that the body is going to take a little bit longer to work on the immune system and get that protein cleaned up. So, I mean, Botox generally will start wearing off after about 6 weeks. But the reason that we don't inject for sort of up to 12 weeks following your review is because as the body becomes sort of more sensitised to Botox, it's not going to work as well. So if you have your 12-week period, ideally 16 weeks, then it's going to be cleaning that protein up at the slowest possible rate, which is what we want. So I do hope that that's answered the question for you, Zoe. And the reason that I've decided to talk about the Orbicularis oculi today is because of a lady that I had come in called Hayley. So hi Hayley, if you're watching, this one's for you. She came in following a review from a different practitioner, and she was really unsatisfied with the answers that she got. And basically she'd had her crow's feet injected, but felt like whenever she smiled she had a hamster cheek, and I'm going to explain in a short while why that will have happened. So stay tuned, and I'm just going to try and turn the camera. I don't have a camera person today. So here we have the lovely model Nick again. Whoops! Actually, Nick, I'm going to get you to hold the camera.
That's fine.
So say hi to your audience, Nick.
Hello everybody. I'm back again.
Nick, my stepmom, as I said last week, she's living with us through the isolation period, and she is needle phobic, and actually it's great for me because all her muscles work beautifully. They've never been affected by botulinum toxin. So, as I said last week, this frontalis muscle is an elevator muscle, so it's actually 2 muscles, one either side. So if you raise your eyebrows, as you can see, that muscle's going beautifully upwards. And just a quick recap, here's your corrugator muscle, and you also have a prosaris muscle there, which everything's pulling downwards on that muscle. It's a depressor muscle, it wants to be pulled downwards. Now here is part of your Orbicularis oculi muscle, which as you can see is also a depressor muscle. So when I mentioned last week that you never solely inject this area, it's because all these depressor muscles will have a lot going on if they've got to hold up this elevator muscle. So you'll get a headache, some people get a line there, and it just doesn't look quite right. So if you go to a practitioner and you only want here injecting, and they agree to only injecting here, that's bad practice. You also have to have a depressor muscle area injected as well. So back to today's lesson. So the Orbicularis oculi muscle actually comes all the way around your eye. And it's responsible actually for quite a lot, but I'm only going to focus on the main things today, which is that it's responsible for you obviously opening and closing your eye and blinking. And with regards to Botox, it's responsible for helping to create the little buggers that we call crow's feet. So if you give us a really big smile, you can see the folds that are thrown together by your zygomatic muscle here, your temporalis muscle here, and your orbicularis muscle here, causes these folds of crow's feet that people just don't want. But with regards to injecting this area, there are a few danger zones which, either if you're a practitioner and you're just updating your physiology, or if you're wondering where to go to be injected, this is one of the zones, which is a no-go area. And the reason for that is that contains your lacrimal orbicularis gland, and that's what's responsible for lubricating your eye socket. So I'm very layman terms in how I understand my physiology. I think of this like a tube of toothpaste. So I do, Nick. So you've got your gland, it has all its secretions, it goes all around the eye to your tear duct. If you produce too much, then it actually comes down the nasal passage and disperses. But anyway, if this muscle's frozen, this muscle's frozen, this muscle's frozen, and you accidentally inject any Botox into this gland, think of your tube of toothpaste is unable to squeeze because none of this is working. It's all been pulled back, so you haven't got the squeeze to get the lubricant out to help your eye stay healthy. If you want to cry, you struggle to cry. It really can be quite a problematic thing if your crow's feet are too highly injected. So I just wanted to sort of mention that it's quite a rare problem, but equally it is a problem, and that's why it's so important to choose a practitioner that understands anatomy and physiology and why you do and don't inject the way that you do. So if you just give me a really big smile, Nick, the biggest that you can. A lot of ladies come to me and they want their crow's feet down here sorted out. Now these, as you can see, are not connected in any way, shape or form to the muscle of the Orbicularis oculi. But people want a miracle basically from crow's feet treatment. Now the danger is that you'll try and inject too low, and what happens is you've got a zygomatic major muscle that comes all the way down here to the side of your mouth, and the minor muscle that comes here to your mouth here. So Tracy, what I believe happened to you is you either had a practitioner that injected too low and got the zygomatic major, which caused when you smiled to give you that hamster cheek effect, or it wasn't the practitioner. Maybe a few years ago in your childhood, maybe you had an injury to the face and she injected you correctly and the Botox tracked down. But as I said to you on our WhatsApp video, you were actually unluckily lucky, because at least it didn't track further down your zygomatic muscle and cause you a mouth drop, which is another problem with injecting too low and trying to get these crow's feet. the way to get these crow's feet is with a filler. So you can either have your filler done here or you can fan filler here, but this area will not be corrected with Botox. Just something else that I'll point out is you should never have anybody inject Botox anywhere near past this pupillary line. It's just danger, danger, danger zone. Don't do it. I'll just take that phone off you. Thank you, Nick, for your beautiful face. Say bye. So, what I wanted to highlight is if you've booked a review with your practitioner for sort of up to 21 days, you can have your review period. I tend to do mine around the 14 to sort of 16 day mark. So that's when your Botox is working at its best. If before that time you feel, either by myself, I'm only human, I can't actually see what's going under the skin, I can't see past injuries that you may have had in the past. But if you feel at, say, day 5, when your toxin is starting to work, that you're getting a dry eye, for example, or you feel like your mouth's starting to droop, don't wait for 14 days, get on the phone to us. We are responsible for what we've put into you, and the worst thing that can happen with if the gland has been affected there and you end up with dry eyes is if it's not treated with eye drops, then you could get an ulcerated eye, which is really, really, it's bad. So if you've got any concerns whatsoever, it's really important that you get in touch with your practitioner before that 14-day period, because you will know by then if things have started to go a little bit wrong. But for any practitioners out there that just want a little update on their physiology, thank you so much for watching. I absolutely love the human body. It's my ultimate passion to try and understand how it works, and also to explain in layman terms and not medical terms how things do work. So obviously my toothpaste example or my Kibbenagi example, you may or may not like. If you don't like, you don't have to watch me again, but obviously if you do like it and it helps you to understand, great. I'm more than happy to answer any questions with regards to my video. If there is a particular area of the face, anatomy, injection technique that you would like me to cover in Physiology Friday, please do let me know. I'm more than happy to help and answer any questions. To all my lovely, lovely patients, I'm missing you loads and I can't wait to see you again. And thank you all for tuning in. So hi Sarah, hi Lorna, hi Dad, hi Nikki, hi Michelle, hi Nare. Oh, thank you everybody, that's really kind words. Any questions, even if it's just like, I'm a nurse, I'm not in the hospital at the moment. As you all know, I've suffered quite a nasty injury with my back, so I'm not able to work during the coronavirus. If you've got any questions and you're just worried and you want some reassurance about a temperature or a cough, I'm just so approachable. Please give me a ring, drop me a message, and I'll help in any which way I can, give you advice, and help you to the next level of care if that's what you need. So thanks for listening everyone, take care, and if I don't see you before, I'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.